Hello and welcome to Hyades Rim. What the heck is it? So, I ran across this mod by accident completely when I saw another streamer, HBFT, streaming it on his Twitch channel. And I'd never heard of it. I had heard of all the other big ones, RogueTech and BattleTech Advanced and BattleTech Extended, etc. And so I was like, what is this? So I looked around a little bit, and it is a unofficial alternate campaign for the vanilla game. So it is not put out by Harebrained Schemes. It is put out by a gentleman by the name of Hobbs, and he has been working on it for a year or so, year and a half of custom content. It is all custom. It is custom pretty much everything, but it is the vanilla experience for the most part. As I mentioned, it is an alternate campaign storyline. In the original BattleTech game, after the prologue, Lady Kamea is assumed dead, and 3 years later, she shows back up, and you work with her to regain her throne. In this one, she is not presumed dead. She is actually exiled to the Deep Periphery and is aboard the dropship Hysteria, and the people that have picked her up, including yourself, are suffering greatly because of their association with her. And when you start the game, you actually start with only 4 systems that you're allowed to go to. As I mentioned, you are on the dropship Hysteria. You do not have the Argo. You do not have all the upgrades of the Argo. There is no Argo option even in the menu. You only have room for 6 mechs. You only have the ability to drop 4 of them, obviously. There are no morale improvements. There are no medical improvements. There are no technical improvements. You are stuck with what you have, and that's it. As mentioned, there are custom flashpoints. There are currently 13 of them, with a projected 25 total. They are all unique, tied into the story in various ways. They're side quest type thingies. There's all kinds of various tie-ins, but they keep coming back together, and it's kind of a mix and mash, twisty thing. It's kind of a very interesting weave to the storyline. And the flashpoints are not straightforward. There are often multiple op4s, and they are op4s of each other. So this particular one, you'll notice that there are 6 opposition lances. There's actually another one that drops in a few minutes as well in this stream, and they're all fighting each other. All 3 of those are fighting each other. So, and you're the 4th one on the board, and you need to use terrain and engagement and other tactics to prevent yourself from getting swarmed. If you run right into the middle, you will die, as I did the first time that I did it, because I'm not necessarily good at the game, but it's a thing. There are drop and tonnage limits on your flashpoints, and also on many of the individual missions as well. The highest I have seen so far, and I'm about 80% of the way through the existing content, is 260 tons. And the flashpoints are consecutive flashpoint drops for the most part. So when you're running and you can only drop 175 tonner, why do you have 3 in the mech blade, dumbass? That's me. So that 90 tonner that's on there, he never dropped. I don't know why I have him, but he's really fun to play with. So I'll probably replace him at some point in the near future with a new 55 or 45 tonner. And it's important to have backups for your mechs, backup for your pilots. Speaking of pilots, death is a reality in the Hyades Rim. This is my personal memorial wall. As you can see, it has not been kind. I've had 8 deaths so far in the campaign, and I'm not done yet. And it's been very, very brutal. Do have backups. Do not get attached to pilots. Not even glitch. Sorry to say it, but it happens. As I mentioned, there are 13 completed flashpoints out of a total of 25 that are to be expected. Everything on the left side of this diagram is complete and playable, and everything on the right side is still to come. And A Country Too Far is currently being worked on and beta tested at this moment. We normally get a new one about once a month or so, give or take. So we expect it to be done sometime next year. These are the highlights of the campaign of the mod. As we mentioned, a whole new campaign, new conversations for the flashpoints. There are new cast members. There are canon characters. There are made-up characters. There are additional star systems. Some of them are new. Some of them are not. Some of them are canon and some of them are new. There are new contracts with tonnage limits. There are new mech variants, the ever elusive UNK variants, which there are a ton of, and also makes putting together mechs very challenging because there are so many mech variants, and there is no mech assembly of similar parts. It's only the same exact part. So even though you might have 3 pieces of a UNK mech, 2 of them are the pirate variant and 1 of them is the Comstar variant. You can't put them together. There are new factions, there are new events, new turrets, new vehicles, new upgrades. There are new Op 4 pilots. There is the stores have been reverted back to pre-heavy metal content status, so the technology level is not out of control. UAX and LBXs are in the game, but they are much harder to find. SLDF mechs are much harder to find, so you're not just going to go around and kit up double heat sinks everywhere and that kind of stuff straight out of the bat. Eventually, you will be able to get the Argo, and when you do, which is much later in the campaign, it will also open up the rest of the systems, and it will open up the vanilla flashpoints. At this point, you cannot play the vanilla flashpoints. It is only the custom flashpoints. And this is the link to the mod. So if you're interested, you can just search for Hyades Rim on Nexus Mods. You could go to the link right there. I'll also put it down below. And if you have any problems, questions, want to hang out with us, etc., feel free to join the Discord. People are generally around to answer questions, help with bugs, get things, commiserate over the deaths of your pilots, etc. And we'll see you on the other side. OEG out.